Nos Estados Unidos, quase 75 mil mulheres fazem parte das Forças Armadas. A presença feminina, no entanto, não traz como consequência uma conduta mais humanizada dentro das organizações militares. Confira na reportagem da correspondente Eloá Orazem, no Brasil de Fato.
Na primeira semana de janeiro, o Senado dos Estados Unidos confirmou a almirante Linda Fagan como chefe da Guarda Costeira, consagrando-a como a primeira mulher a liderar um serviço militar americano.
It's a huge topic. It's quite interesting because the historian Joan W. Scott once talked about war as the upending of all social relationships, including gender relationships.
Em 2020, o exército estadunidense contava com quase 75 mil mulheres em serviço ativo, sendo que mais de 16 mil delas se dedicavam como oficiais e cerca de 57 mil como alistadas.
For a lot of women serving in the military, no matter the country, there are often talks about how their military service for them is tied to their identity and sometimes sense of citizenship. So for the US, people have historically, like minorities, women, have used military service to try to acquire full equality and citizenship.
Uma vez aceitas nas Forças Armadas, recai sobre a mulher a expectativa de uma conduta mais humanizada, mais justa e às vezes até maternal. Espera-se da mulher que ela exerça sempre a feminilidade socialmente aceita e socialmente imposta. No ambiente militar, porém, isso nem sempre é o caso.
There's been some really interesting research done on peacekeeping forces, right? Because it seems like, oh, women should be better peacekeepers, right? Because they have all of these, that's womanly to be a peacekeeper. And the studies show that actually that's not the case. And partly that's because women needing to kind of fit in with male-dominated units, rather than the men kind of adopting, women's stereotypically, whether it's true or not, right? But stereotypical peacekeeping skills of oh, women are better compromisers and they like to talk and they, are nice to people and they make human connections or whatever, your favorite sort of female stereotype is, rather than the men being influenced to become more like the women. What happens is that the women conform to the dominant militarized masculinity of the units that they're assigned to.
E o que acontece com as mulheres depois que elas cumprem as suas obrigações militares? As diferenças de gênero não acabam quando elas tiram as fardas.
The question is what happens after the war to women who participated in that way? Are they heroized just like the men, or are they forgotten, or are they even, as we see to some extent in the Soviet case, shamed for what they did? And so I think that's, it's very common also in national liberation struggles, right? That women play really important parts in the struggle itself. And then as soon as the new state is established, they are not commensurately rewarded with political power in new states. So what happens during the war when it's an emergency, all hands on deck, may be different than what happens when we want to return to quote unquote normal.